Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. We're driving home from work on a Monday. We got Monday Night Football tonight. Niners and Lions. Not really that excited about it because of the fact that the Niners. We have a chance to spoil the Lions' chances of getting the number one seed in the NFC, which would be pretty freaking cool. But because of the NFC Championship last year, I think the Lions are going to be looking to dish it to us. They're not really going to be caring about what our record is. They're just going to be going in with one objective on the day, and that's just kicking some ass. And the Niners today probably going to take it. We got a lot of heart in that locker room. A lot of guys that want to win, and hopefully we can just overcome the odds and find a way to do it. But I think very fast in this football game, we're going to be able to tell what direction this game is heading. When it comes to the Royal Rumble is going to be coming up in about a month. I think this year, February 1st. A little bit weird because of the fact that it's in February, but then again, they moved WrestleMania back a little bit. We'll have to see what goes on with that pay-per-view schedule this year, with everything being just a little bit twitchy. I think what we're kind of used to. We might be just a little bit off on where we are in the year when you used to be able to tell what pay-per-view was what pay-per-view, but we'll find out. When it comes to the women's Royal Rumbles, I can honestly tell you that there's going to be a lot of hooting and hollering before this one, but I think that this one has a lot of mystery, a lot of surprise. When it comes to the women's Royal Rumbles, besides for the first one, it's just kind of been there. I can honestly tell you that I've had the feeling in a few of them, like, I understand the wrestling equality and the give women a chance thing that we did on Monday Night Raw years back, and now they have their own Money in the Bank match. Now they have their own Royal Rumble. They're getting more times on pay-per-views and cards, and the matches mean more. There's a lot of really, really good women's wrestlers, but sometimes sitting through an hour-long Royal Rumble match when you know that you have another Royal Rumble match coming, it's kind of a long night. And I know that they're doing a lot to kind of, cut down on the pay-per-view times, and a few of them that have been, under 3 hours, and it's been a real big surprise, but they always kind of jam-pack them full of action. I got my hopes up that this year is going to be different, and it is going to be fun. I've had that little bit of a feeling where it just feels like the Royal Rumble, the last few, has just dragged on, and then I'm kind of really worried about what is going to happen when the Royal Rumble goes to 2 nights. Each night having its own main event of a Royal Rumble. It could be pretty cool, but how are they going to be able to fill those, 2.5 hours, back-to-back nights, and still have a pretty good card? I guess you could split things up to where they're in the Royal Rumble one night, then they have a match the next night, or vice versa. But then it's kind of, like, do they really have a chance of winning the Royal Rumble if the next night they have a singles match, even if it's like a title match or something like that? I guess you can have more names in there to cover more nights, but I don't know. It might make things more predictable, to see where things are going. But this year, when it comes down to the Women's Royal Rumble, there's going to be a lot of surprises. I think that, honestly, 2 of the favorites, one person is out, coming back from an injury sooner than later. One person isn't even signed to the company as of right now, that are heavily rumored to be winning the Royal Rumble, that being Charlotte Flair. Making her return. She's been out of action for over a year from her last injury. Becky Lynch, who's going to be coming back from taking time off. I really thought that Rollins was going to take time off with her, and they were kind of like actually going to have family life together. Rollins' break wasn't as long as I really thought it was going to be after WrestleMania, but you can remember Becky Lynch. She lost the steel cage loser leaves town match to Liv Morgan, and she walked away from Monday Night Raw, and she has not been seen since, although she has been rumored just about every twist and turn there is in WWE. Anything with the women's division, it's going to be Becky, and we haven't seen her yet. There's no real guarantee that Becky Lynch is going to be, back in the company. They're still making wrestling figures for her. They're still having, cards produced from her in the Panini line, as well as, the autographs. And you got to think of, they sign a lot of those stickers, but those on-card autographs, she's kind of got to be around someday to sign those. And it's not like she's on, a Legend deal or anything like that. I really think she's coming back. A lot of people think that, because of that fake Royal Rumble card that was put out on Reddit, as well as on Twitter. I'm sure it was posted somewhere on Instagram or something like that. I don't get a lot of my wrestling news from Instagram. I don't really go on Reddit a ton. I check it out a little bit. I don't really know what I'm doing on there, to be completely honest. I don't know why so much stuff is sort of shoved at you, here, you might like this, and it's I don't even know what the hell this is. I want to see the Reddit pages on the stuff I listen to or the stuff I watch, but you're giving me the eggplant parmesan subreddit, and it's I don't even know why you're showing me this. That's what I don't get. But that's another subject for another day. I just got myself completely off. But I think that both of those girls will be coming back. I thought it would be awesome. I really don't understand. People don't really like Charlotte Flair. I think the run that she had in 2016, 2017, people thought that it was kind of like Vince and Triple H just pushing her to the top of the card because she was Ric Flair's daughter. And she sort of got that, Triple H push where she just beats everybody. She had that really long pay-per-view streak, which didn't really make any sense, because during that streak she lost the title to Bayley, she lost the title to Sasha Banks, and it's okay, she's allowed to lose on Raw or SmackDown, but because of the fact that she won on a card named Battleground, we're going to continue this as a streak. I understand the WrestleMania streak. I also think that when you break down Undertaker's WrestleMania streak a little bit, it doesn't really make sense why it matters that he wins at WrestleMania, but he's allowed to lose at Backlash in the revenge match or something like that. I don't know. That it is just kind of drawing straws at what you want to mean something, I guess you can say. And it's a made up record, it's a made-up deal, but for WWE, some people count it bigger than title histories, because of the fact that he beat King Kong Bundy and Jimmy Snuka and Jake the Snake Roberts at the tail end of their careers early on in his career. But I really think that those two are the top of the card. I would love to see Charlotte come back, have sort of a Triple H-like moment where she is a surprise entrant. She wins the deal. It's kind of like how Triple H did it in 2002, although then when he made his return, he returned before the Rumble. He returned at Madison Square Garden. He had that huge moment where he came out for a promo. I don't even really remember him saying anything. It was just him in that denim leather jacket coming down. I don't remember if he had a sledgehammer in his hands. I don't think he did. I think it was just a water bottle. He hit the corners. He kind of got misty-eyed because I think he was a return that got pushed back. He was supposed to return later the year before. Ended up not happening, and then he came back for that Rumble. And 2002 was so weird that it's he comes back, he has this huge moment, he wins the Rumble, he goes to WrestleMania, he main events a WrestleMania against Chris Jericho, wins the title in a match that shouldn't have been the main event of the show, overshadowed by Hogan versus Rock so much, and then basically loses the championship the next pay-per-view to Hogan. It's he gets built up to have this huge Royal Rumble to WrestleMania moment, and his title length is 30 days. It never made any sense to me. I'm the biggest Triple H fan. I'm the biggest Hogan fan. The fact that that match happened, I was pissed. And then 30 days later, Hogan just drops the title to Undertaker. Undertaker has a good little run with it, and I think it turns into, well, Brock couldn't win it yet. Or is it, yeah, Brock's the champion. Or is Rock the champion? At least at SummerSlam 2002. But yes, 2002, just a really weird year in wrestling, where the title is just hot-shotted around, and it really doesn't matter. But when you look back on moments, you think moments are bigger than they are, but it's like he held the title for like 30 days, and then he just gave it to somebody else. It was like because they had a new title design, and I think they were just trying to get people to hold the title so that they took pictures. It just didn't look weird or anything like that. But lots of cops up here. Oh, and a fire truck and an ambulance. Becky coming back, would be cool because we need her in wrestling. I can honestly tell you that since she's been gone, people like Liv Morgan, then we also have, oh shoot, my mind's gone blank because I'm looking at these cops over here. But they've been really holding down the women's division, but I think it really, honestly, could be so much better. You got to think of last year's winner and Bayley. I don't really see her as being like a back-to-back kind of deal. She's when they want her to mean something, she's going to mean something. But it honestly really feels like sometimes like she doesn't even really wrestle that much. It's not like she's hurt. I don't really get it. That's why I was kind of really surprised when she won it last year. Then there's so many other women that have meant something but just don't mean it as much right now because of the run that Liv Morgan is having. But I don't know. If Charlotte wins it, I don't even really care which direction she goes. When I watch the matches on Raw or SmackDown, when Tiffany Stratton shows up with that Money in the Bank, I'm rooting for her to cash in. I really don't even care if she cashes in on Liv. I don't care if she cashes in on Nia Jax. I just want to see that title run started. So I'm guessing that if Charlotte came, she would go after Liv Morgan, which would make more sense. But then again, the Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte NXT championship didn't really make any sense. But I guess they were really trying to get NXT on the map for USA. But I don't know. If Rhea Ripley's in there, you got to be thinking that she's a big one. How are they going to get her eliminated? But I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. Those are my two big picks to win it. My overall, who I think's going to win it, is going to be Charlotte Flair. But let me know what you guys think. It's a month away. We got a long time to think about what's going down with the Royal Rumble.